So Frothlings, we're gonna try a new review style today because I have a lot of disc review. I've been getting stuff sent to me actually a lot less recently, which I'm actually grateful for. I have way too much like on the back burner, but I'm gonna try to film all of it this week, which is the week before I go to DDO. No idea when this is getting up, hopefully soon. But we're gonna play 18 holes across 3 different videos reviewing 3 different discs. And I'm gonna choose the disc for the hole. We're gonna track the overall score. And so we're actually gonna start Adams Hollow here, hole 1, with a company, which some discs that I'm really excited to get out and throw. I just literally have not been able to get out and review this. Maybe literally isn't a bit of an example, but it's not been a priority with like my training. I'm feeling a little tired from that, but it doesn't matter. We gotta review stuff. We're gonna be working a little on form throughout these videos, but these are the Ocean Discs Sea Turtle. I really like a lot about these discs. They feel really good. They feel like a slightly tackier run of like iBlend. I think this is their premium. They're like prototypes right now. They have a Kickstarter going on. I think they're fully funded, but they do have that Kickstarter if you did want to support and like what you saw. Their mid-ranges, I think 5.5 -1.1 or something. This is the profile of the disc. That's the profile of the disc. And what I really like is on the bottom, they say like, if found, you can write your phone number for people to do that. I never write my number on any discs because then I'd be waving them around during these videos and then everyone would know my number. And that's not good. But yeah, we're gonna start hole 1 and see if we can shoot maybe 5 or 6 down. It's been 25 to 30 mile an hour gusts. So we'll see how everything goes. Maybe not, I think 25 is actually pretty accurate, but maybe about 10 or 15 sustain. That's kind of what sustain, and then it just blows a lot more. You can see hole 1 right there, 315. We're starting with these mids. They look interesting. They're a little flat, kind of rounded over in a couple ways. The plastic feels like a mix between like trash panel plastic and iBlend from Infinite, which is sweet. They're made from like recycled ocean discs. I think they got sent to me from somewhere in Europe. So 2 off the top, luckily. We'll probably try to throw a turnover, see how stable they are up here at elevation. They do feel smaller diameter too, which I'm a pretty big fan of. Soft first shot, maybe a little short. I was pretty straight in that crosswind. We worked chest today, and that's a kind of a bracing thing. And so I'm just making sure that it feels good because it didn't feel phenomenal during some warm-ups. I did warm it up, so it feels better. I think it's just gonna take a couple throws to really loosen it up. But we'll go ahead and throw the second one. A little bit more turn, see how it holds it. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. That is nice. For all these reviews as well, I brought some discs to compare them to. I have my S-Blend Chariot. This is a Color Glow Chariot, Jessica Weiss one, Glow Sea Blend that my friends up at University of Northern Colorado gave me. Okay, here's the win. Now that we have the win, let's see if I throw that same shot, how it reacts. A little less angle because the wind was out there. Similar though. I have an S-Blend. I also have a Midnight Prowl too. We should be able to start out with the birdie though from honestly both of those. Putting's gonna be interesting today. I'm gonna get some good practice in. This is gross. Wow, that wind just picked up. Let's see if we can roll this Midnight Prowl 2 just for funsies. Gonzo. It's gonna be an interesting one to edit because I'm gonna have all these different shots. I'm gonna have to go through and color code them or just remember which ones are which. But yeah, hopefully should tap in a birdie. Start 1 through 1. I think the next hole we're gonna be throwing the Birdie Disc Golf Supply Reach Frisbee Club Edition, but that'll be a different video, and I'll see you back whenever we throw these again. I'm gonna have to find 6 holes for each of these to throw. And one, I have a mid, this mid, I have a putter, and then I have a driver. So hopefully we can play well. Wow. I literally cannot tell you how much I hate playing in this. But I am gonna be in DDO. But that's for a tournament, so like I care so much less. Just like coming out and playing a regular round at a not crazy good course in this type of wind makes me want to do bad things to myself. Solid. Spinnier with these tap-ins in this wind. Whew. 1 through 1. Seen a few holes. When we last spoke, it was hole 1. We were 1 through 1 with some beautiful shots with these sea turtles. Really liked it. And then we got hole 2 in the next video, and now we're still 2 down. All pars though, which is good. A good par save as well on hole 4. But we have a little bit of a head left to right coming at us. The basket is straight ahead through there in those trees, about 330. Tough wind, but I think these are the right discs for the job in the mid-range category. I was kind of strategizing. We got a putter, we have these mids, then we have one driver, and there's a lot of holes that I want to throw fairway and up, especially in this wind. So we might have to play a par 4 with these. It's gonna be tricky since we want to throw 6 holes with each of them. That being said, we're gonna throw the 177 gram one instead of the 177 gram one. Try to put it close. Honestly, in this wind, knowing this is pretty straight mid, I'm gonna punch it on a hyzer just at that tree cluster. If I hit the tree cluster, I did what I said I was gonna do. Otherwise, I think it'll drift left or right and give ourselves a look. Yeah, I was right. Okay, great. The wind kept it over to the right, and now we should have an inside the circle look. These are sick. Holy cow, these are sick. I don't know what their numbers are. I would give them almost 4.502, 4.50, 4.501. Very, very solid. So far of these 3 discs, they've had the best contributions, and I think they've been my favorite to throw. I've honestly loved all these discs to throw, but something about these coming out of my hand, I'm like, ooh, you're doing what I want. They didn't quite get as far as I thought they would, but it's also raging wind with a slower disc. Not a lot to expect. Well inside the circle for a birdie look. All right, still 2 down. That one should have been made. I think my body accidentally to try to line up. I was lined up a little here, and I should have a little more outside and a little more forward. So, little alignment issue. Disappointing. I should double check that next time. I do think sometimes those alignment issues can get fixed with a more deliberate follow through the basket, because your hand sometimes will correct for that. And just didn't there, because yeah, that's definitely on me. So 2 down still, and even though it's gonna stink that we gotta play like a 600-foot par 4 with these, I think it'll give us the best chance of success and really kind of see if we can turn that into a solid 2-shot hole. But it's gonna be a while before I see it again. When I see it, it's gonna be good, I promise. All right, this hole, not ideal for us. 358 feet, right down there. I'm typically throwing fairway, driver, something, but I gotta say my driver shots. I've already thrown that thing enough. Ooh, I'm scared. Maybe I should have saved, thinking about how I could play this different. But I think this one, with this head left to right slightly, just gonna be a turnover, big turnover at the mid-range. Try to smack it. Get through some trees late. We'll try these chariots as well. I don't have too much time left to finish this video. We got 7 holes left, including this one. These have been flying good for me. Let's hope they continue. I'm gonna throw this 177 gram one instead of that 177 gram one. This is gonna be a tough birdie, so just give ourselves some sort of look. Wow. Technically it's some sort of look. This is not a mid-range hole, but that's all we got. We'll try this S1 chariot. I think it's the only 2 we throw. Don't need to throw the other ones. So short still. There's so much headwind for a slow disc. Okay, make a 70-footer. I guess technically there's kind of a look on a technicality. Dang. No drift. More hyzer. Oh, wow. We're still at 2 under. Should be 3 under because we got another burgundy. But ocean discs, 347. Straight ahead. Oh, now my quads are cramping. Come on. We'll do like all full body compounds every day. Why am I so tired? I know why, but come on. Okay, we got this par 3, then we got a par 4, then we got a tunnel par 3, and then we have a bomber to finish with the reach. The second video, tomorrow, next one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. But this one, these last 3 holes on this one, let's try to get, I want 3 more birdies this series. This hole's gonna be tough. Next hole should be gettable, but it'll also be tough. And the last hole, these are gonna be tough. If I can get to 5 down, I'd be really happy, but getting to 3 or 4, I'm not too mad about because this wind is psycho and I'm throwing all new discs. But this one, oh, a little head left to right. I think I'm gonna try to throw it flat at that tree in the distance and just let the disc work its way right and finish because it should have some finish. I know these have a little late stability. Wow, it's what? What the freaking heck, dude? Dang, really good power. Okay, another. I've had a lot of shots today where I'm like, oh, I threw it perfect, and then they haven't been, which is really good because sometimes I forget when I've like played worse in these reviews. I feel like I'm getting worse, which is why I think I've reviewed less recently and played with a lot with my own bag. It's going to be a lot more reviews coming. Don't worry, between both channels. I really love doing them, but I've realized when you don't know the disc, sometimes the result is associated with how you throw it. Like that shot, I loved, but it was a bad result for like where I wanted it to be. It's still like a tailwind circle 1 putt, maybe circle 2, but like for instance, this S1 cherry, if I throw the line that I want to, which is going to be flat to slight flex at that tree out there. And it's like different because that one, I threw the shot I wanted and I got basically the result that I wanted. It felt like I deserved. Here, I threw the shot that I wanted and it wasn't quite the disc that I thought it was, which is fine. But I just have to decouple like review throws from the feel of the throw. Like if I felt like I threw it good. If the disc didn't do what I wanted to or the wind didn't react, that's fine. It's still like positives to take from it. That being said, I'm going to throw a big ante with this one. Oh, I just threw it really hard. Those discs, they're kind of stable. They're honestly sick. Also, give you a little sneak peek for 2 videos from now. See if we can get it there. I've already actually been done shooting it. It's been, all of its holes are done. See if we can pump this putter down there. Oh, yeah, let's go. That one was a weird little like reach for that putt. There we go. Hey, I'm fine with that. Felt good. Let's go play the wind, baby. It's a little skirt out of the hand. All right, we have to get all 3 of the rest of these. Otherwise, we have to eagle the last hole to get to my 5. This one is a par 4, which is always a 2-shot par 4 for me, but it's typically like a short little upshot. Now it's going to be not quite full shots, but I want to place one exactly where I want and then throw a super solid second. We're going to switch sea turtles. I know you could tell that we switched. I'm excited to see what else this company is able to do because it's a fun fact about me. For a while growing up, I wanted to be a marine biologist because I loved the ocean so much. And then we moved to Florida and we were in Orlando, so we weren't by too much, but love to fish as much as we can. I'm like a big ocean guy. So I love the mission, and I really hope that they come out with some really cool modes. I really like a lot of what they're doing, and massive shout out to them for sending me one out. Hopefully I can help them. Go help them out on Kickstarter if you want. It's super, super cool to see. I'll actually leave that Kickstarter link below. I wasn't sure if I was gonna, but I love this disc, and I think the mission is really cool, so feel free to check that out for sure. Okay, I actually have to think about how I play this hole, because typically I just rip a driver out there. Here, I'll show you my typical play. Got an I-blend Emperor in here. Just throw as far as you can, and then basically almost have a jump putt in. And from there, I think it's like 100 feet, maybe 150 feet, like probably not even. So I do that, and now we come here. Still gonna have that left to right. There's a gap to finish through down there. If we go straighter, we have a big tunnel gap. I think I would trust myself to throw a tight little turnover and get through. So we're gonna try to just almost hug the inside here, like almost flat, and just let the wind push it left rather than the disc working left on hyzer. Did not hug the inside, so it's not really gonna be as left as I want. But that's still, yeah, I'd love to be a little more left and throw like a more flat to turnover shot. It's gonna have to be either through a gap or a pretty straight turnover, so. Missed the line. Solid shot though, solid disc. I connect really well with that one too, which is always good. Sometimes you just don't connect well with disc. I actually recently took a disc out of my bag, the Scepter. I don't bag it anymore because I just could never connect with it super well. And I had a Firebird that I loved that I put back in from last season. And so I connect with this one well. It's really, really solid. Especially for being as like, my body feel as broken as it does right now. I'm really stoked on that. Hopefully, we might actually forehand this one in there. Because really we just gotta try to put it 25 feet and make a putt. All right, yeah, so probably see with that gap there, love to be a little more on the left side. So a little finesse forehand, straight to this gap, actually a little higher to this gap because the wind is gonna push it if we throw it flat. Yes, dude! Okay, juice it a little long. Disc is sick though, holy cow. No, I'm just gonna leave it here. Hopefully my post zoom in skills are good enough. This is a good shot for not turning at all. Holy cow. Yeah, this is literally a jump putt from here. If I make it, we count it. Oh, that one felt so weird. That's better. Oh, JK. All right, I left myself a little meat on the bone, especially with how I got into this little cove back here. Not my typical putting stance. Let's go. Let's go. So glad I made the first one. Oh, let's go. One more hole with the sea turtle. No, that'd be 4. That's 3 down. Let's go. If we get to 4, I'll still go for the eagle, but I might lay it up. It'll depend on the wind of the putt. I haven't gotten a pure eagle yet. I've always gotten second eagles, never first eagles. This is not a bad win for this hole, especially with the stability of these mids. This is such a good stability for this mid-range, especially for, it feels a little slow. Like it doesn't go not super far, but it's smaller diameter. I really like the mids that I have in my bag right now, but like I'm being completely honest with you that I would bag this disc. I didn't think it'd be as overstable as it was looking at it. It's a little flat, but it doesn't feel like a flat mid. It still has like the glide of a domey one. I don't quite know. Maybe it's because it's like a little bulbous on the bottom, but most mids are. Straight shot with a little fade, but we do have a right to left. So we're gonna have to really accentuate the flat to slight ante through this gap. Because if we put on hyzer, it's gonna move a little too far left too fast. So we're gonna try to throw it kind of this degree of anhyzer. Not a lot, but enough that it can fight back the flat against the wind. 310, another birdie, come on. So good. Yes. Wow, it went so long. Holy cow. Yeah, like it doesn't fly like a slow mid, but it feels like one. Pretty stable too. Okay, I think we slightly missed the angle of anhyzer. When I say that angle and the way that it came out of my hand, those two things are what correlate, which is kind of funny because it was basically just dead flat, if not maybe like a degree of hyzer or maybe a degree of anhyzer. But when I showed you that angle and the angle that came out of my hand, that's how I wanted to throw it. So I guess the mind and body aren't exactly synced up when I can show you, but it's how I wanted to do it, which is so silly. But yeah, we got a long putt. I thought we were gonna base it, and then it goes 25 long. So let's drill it. Four down, let's go. This thing got so many birdies. Really, really love this disc, great disc. Check back the next day, see if we get to the 5 or 6, whichever day I post. But yeah, solid one. Support them on Kickstarter if you want. When they come out, I'm intrigued about snagging one because this is such a good feeling recycled plastic. Looks really good too. Like I intentionally don't let companies pay me to review stuff. Like if anyone wants to send me stuff, I let them send it to me and then I get to say whatever I want. Like discs, like other stuff, whatever. Like if they want advertising, but disc reviews, it's too cheap for me to be like, want to sell somebody on it, you know? So they can send it to me and then I get to say whatever I want. My camera died. It didn't like the transparency, but yeah. So like whenever you see me review something, like I'll tell you if I have a financial incentive to do so or like a relationship with a company. Most of the time it's just like companies sending me stuff because they want to and they want to review. And they know like that you guys care what I say, which I really appreciate. But I never let anybody pay me to review stuff. Like companies be like, hey, how much does it cost? I'm like, just send me stuff. Because I would get to say whatever I want. When it's like an accessory in disc golf, I'll let them pay me, you know what I mean? But discs, I want you guys to, I want to give you like the most unbiased opinion that I can. And especially with so much variety and overlap, like I'm not gonna let someone pay me to like do that. Obviously Infinite's kind of different. They pay me so that I tell you to go buy every disc there, which I love. And maybe manufacturer wants to drop some cash eventually and I just only throw their discs. But genuine, love those discs. They're solid. I'm about to go rip a 500-foot drive and eagle this hole. See you in that video. Bye, Froflings. Bye.